Welcome to Golden Chill. We're going to continue with the Fallguys inspired space. I want to get this timer sort of working properly, which means I have to redo it because I want to stop the timer rather than just reset the timer. So I'm going to kind of troubleshoot that one because I'm not sure my new idea is going to work, but we'll give it a shot. And if it does work, I'll release the both timers, like the one that you can reset and one that can hopefully sort of start and stop anytime. The other thing I'll probably look at is a proper podium. So at the moment we got the three at the end that just white boxes at the end. So I'd like to sort of figure out a better way to do that. So with that, I think we can jump in. All right. So here we have our space to date. One start, one finish, everything in between. One set of tiles that I still don't remember. Everybody else seems to. I might look at some point. I might look at a way to make variations of this. I think that'll be a really interesting one. But once again, I want to probably get to the point where I can release this. So people can play it, but also get the project files and learn how I've done half of this stuff. And maybe smash these as well. Might add that as well. We'll see how we go for time. But first, we need our universal timer. So it's going to be something. Well, let's have a look. All right. So I'm going to create an empty and do old timer because I don't really want to get rid of these. And we can put them in there. Fine. Then we can just duplicate that. So I'm going to hide that one, and then we can sort of do whatever we want with this. So we can just go timer. Now, if you look at this, the animation is on this one. So we can do that. Now, theory is, that's what it comes down to. Theory is basically creating animations for each of these so that then I can control the animator and stop anyone at any given time is the theory. So that's basically it. Yeah, that's basically it. So we can rename this one. Well, no, let's actually just get rid of this one and start with a new animator. So that'll be an easier way to do it, I think. So remove component, and then we've got this. And that allows us to do all this sort of stuff. So create animations. So we got UI timer. Let's just call it UI timer 2. And in this case, we just want to do 0. Yeah. And then we want to hit record, on, off, on. Right. And basically we want to do that for each one. So I wish you could just time lapse. That would be really useful. Oh, this is not minutes. This is millitens. But rename that one. Millitens, and this is 1. Cool. Chords. On, off. On. Yeah, basically just have to go through with all these and do that. So, what's everyone working on? Let me know if any questions. Anyone have any cool ideas for a better way to do this in Reactor? Now, when you're doing animations with Reactor, you actually need to make sure that if you want something to change, it has to be changed in the animation. So, if, for example, I had 0 and 1, and it was just 2 that was enabled, 0 and 1 wouldn't change because it's not telling it to change. So that's why I'm doing all 10 of these with every single one, because that's just how animation works. So just a heads up on that. And the best way to do that is using record. I'd like to, one thing I would like to do alongside of the many other things that I would like to do, is get into shaders more, using Amplify, and then animating some of the features in that. What you can do with shaders is insane. But if you can get it in here and, what do you call it? Exposed, I think. So any variables that are exposed, in Amplify, you can, animate. So I'd like to see what could be done with that. I think it would be a really interesting, fun thing to play with. One of the many projects that I would like to do. So I think I'll be doing milliseconds, and then what's this one? 7. And then like just seconds to test this, see if it works, and then if it does, I will go into the rest. Always test your reactors, because there's a reasonable chance they don't work as well as you think they do. So doing like 3 hours of work to make something work, only to find that that idea doesn't work as well as you think, for some reason, is a bit of a painful learning experience. So yeah, I recommend that. Okay. So I have that, and now if we select this, make sure it's the right one, we can look at our thing that does the stuff, our animator, to see all of the things we're looking at. So the theory behind this and once again, it's untested. So a lot of this is the testing phase. Is whenever I stop, I can send any of this to go to this different location. So it can stop at that. And the transition will be the thing that sort of does this bit. I don't know if that makes sense. And like I'm now that I'm looking at the actual animation, like I'm rethinking some of the things, because I could actually control this animation purely by animation time, and that's where has exit comes into play, which will be actually really quite good. So let's put in timer, and let's make all of these transitions. And then this one goes back up to this one. So that will loop. And then when I set timer, I can actually duplicate all of these and then just stop it. Is the theory. But we actually want to get rid of these now. And once it gets to here and then goes time to 0, it'll just stop. And then when the timer is back on, we want it to sort of start here. So for now, yeah. So any state, like any of these things, basically, if I was in any of these states, I could make it go somewhere. So the theory would be I could go to reset from there, but I don't think I want a reset from this. I think. No, I think maybe we do actually. So we want that time to be true. Does this work? It does. Excellent. No. So some things, and this is with any application, if you multi-select some things that have similar elements, so all of these have the similar things, we want this to timer is false. So I can just set that now, and that's, oh no. Okay, prime example of it looks like you can, but you can't. That's annoying. Okay. So this is any time that things goes to false. Anytime to false. Now we actually want this transition to be very fast because it's a timer. You don't want it to sort of translate to something really, really slowly. So I'll get to that in a second. For now, I'm just going to make sure these are all set. So it was the last one. So the last one selected will do it, but all the copies will not. So that's interesting. Okay. Next thing we want to do is the transition. This one is very short. So at the moment, when I transition, it will take 0.25 seconds to transfer from this to this. And in timer mechanics, that's actually really slow. So I'm actually going to do it super fast and just copy that. All right. Now, with these ones, this is interesting because we're not actually going to make a parameter. We're not going to set this one at any time. We just want them to keep going until it's told to either reset or stop. So for that, we actually do need has exit time. So it means that at the end of this, or whatever time we want it to be, go to the next one. So sort of play the animation and then switch. Now we have to do this in tens of milliseconds, which is 100 milliseconds. And even in the animation, like, it was a little bit off because there was like some were 4 frames and some were 5, just to sort of fit it evenly. So this actually might give us more accuracy. No one will pay attention, but I do like the fact that this will be actually more accurate. But I have to figure out how. So we need to get these 10 into 1 second. So everything will be, how does this work? How does math work? At 0.6. And once again, 0.0001. So after 0.6 seconds, 0.06. Yeah. That's this is why I've been an English teacher for 16 years, so I don't have to worry about maths questions. 0.6 times 10 equals 6. Is that right? 0.06 seconds times 10 equals 0.6. No. Yeah. No. Ah. 1 second. This is hard. I don't like this at all. Let's just do 0.6. 6 seconds. No, it can't be. So no, it has to be 0.06. Maybe. Maybe. 0.06. 0.0001. Yeah. Ah. So yeah, so has exit time will just play the animation for this period of time and then transition for this time and then go to the next animation. This does not do a check, and this is kind of not controlled. This part is not controlled by Reactor. This will be, and this will be, but this is not. So Animator does allow you to have more, like, quite a lot of control over your animations. So it's pretty cool. I kind of like the fact that if this works, this will actually be more accurate than the animation frame approach, because that was annoying me a little bit. I just wish I knew my math was right. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. So theoretically, it's going to start there. Ah. We don't have an idle. So this is still a little bit incorrect. So move this over there. We want to, I think, just drag this over as well. Copy, paste. So this is our default. It doesn't matter when. So that's um and when the timer is true, I will go to this loop. Anytime, this loop, and then anytime stop, this loop. Okay. So I think we have it, theoretically. Now, the reason we did that is so it doesn't start counting. So the counter starts when that 30-second sort of flipper comes in. So it's going to come in idle at 0 and then move into this loop. And then when we finish, it's this. Now, the annoying thing is this is for the like the milliseconds. So this probably won't even be seen. That said, it'll be accurate. So, and that's the most important thing. So we've got that. So I'm going to do this for the seconds, and then we can test it. Like, seconds is something that we can actually work with. Now, can I copy this? Hey Lee, how's it going? Troubleshooting some complex reactor stuff. Actually, I haven't tried this. So let's give this a shot. I'm gonna try and duplicate this. Hey, we can fix that. Um, Nothing like complex reactors to be cute. Hmm. Okay. New theory. Maybe. Okay. Where's the animations? Are those in here as well? They are. Where? There. Okay. Millitans. All right. Okay. I'm gonna try something. How about I just hide that? I'm gonna hide that one. And that one. And that one. Then I'm gonna duplicate this one. Then I'm gonna duplicate this one. Okay. And then oh, this will be interesting. So because this is a new animation, but are using the same animations, that may sorry. Because this is a new animator, but it's using the same animations, that would actually save a bit of file size, like tiny, but still an interesting approach to it. So yeah, that'd be kind of fun. Okay, so theory is exit time is every second. Theory. That this one I'm going to start here because I want to see if I can do a test on that. So that skipped over there for some reason. And this allows you to check what's going on with some of this. So that is, and timer is false. Yeah, let's try that. Okay. So what's happening is any state, including this one, if it is true, start here. So I'm going to break that for now. I'm also going to break that. I just want to test if this is working, right? So there we go. Excellent. Okay. And now we can sort of put these back. That is has exit time, timer set to true. Has exit time, timer set to true. And the time period is very small. And this is the default. Okay. Okay. Let's just give that a shot. Where is it? I'm going to delete that because I don't trust it. And do that again. Once again, I always delete the playground files on the grounds that I sometimes the space will not update. So usually I'll get into the habit of, after playgrounding, I'll delete the playground files. Up there. Namespace overlay, that's right. Timer, new seconds, I guess. Maybe. Maybe this is incorrect, which it is. So let's zap that down there. That explains that then. There we go. Save. Embiggen. Let's give that a shot. Playground. Better. Need the timer. Need to count down to the start. Why is that not working? All right. My theory is that these are not triggered. Timer is true. Timer is true. Ah, yes. The reason for that is this. So what's happening is these objects are the wrong objects. So it's setting the old timer, not the new one. So for this, we need to milliseconds. So we need to go millitens here. I'm going to rename that one as well. So we don't have that issue. Go back, millitens new, which that updated, so that's nice. And seconds new. So that's not setting the timer to true. And that's why that didn't work. So we can build again. Now, because there's a 30-second wait, I'm going to make sure and delete this one. Hmm. Fine. Um, that doesn't work either. Now it's getting tricky. Well, it has worked in the past, so that shouldn't be an issue. Um, seconds new animator timer. One that should not be on. Two, this one isn't. So that one should have worked. Millington's new. Yeah. I'm actually going to get rid of that. I don't trust that one at all with the fact that this is kind of not an anywhere situation. I'm going to get rid of that one. Um, go. Give this a shot. If this doesn't work, I'm going to go to the bathroom and I'm going to think about it. For some reason, like the build isn't taking as long as it used to as well. Like I got the impression that UI kind of added a whole thing, but doesn't seem to be the case. So I'm not too sure. I love the scarf. The spring bones on VRMs is great. I'm a big fan of the fact that that's allowed that to happen. So that's cool. There we go. I could have been in the wrong area as well. It's going to be the fastest trick ever. Was going to be the fastest. But I don't understand how I'm so bad at this. What? doing so well to start as well. Okay. There we go. Oop, yeah. Okay. So okay. Um Now we didn't set that to off on the right thing, so I did the reactor problem again. But we are closer, so that's excellent. That said, I do need to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna find some music for you to listen to. I need a back soon thing. I don't have a back soon. Um, what happens if I do that? Mm, all right. I'm just gonna play some music, and I'll come back in a second. Hang on. No, you're not. Oh, what? Why? Now it has to be stream beats. Let's do some. Man, they've added a lot of stuff. Fantasy arcade? What does that even mean? What are these things now? Let's do some lo-fi. Is it working? Yeah. Okay, cool. Leave some music on. Back soon. Alrighty. Where are we? So, I'm gonna do a cool fade out on that. Get rid of that. Okay, so the next thing we need to do is make sure it resets at the end, which I forgot to do. So let's go to finish, I think it is. And then the reset, I believe it is. Nope. Stop timer, this one. Okay, so these are the ones that were incorrectly done on the canvas. So I need to close some of these, pull up the canvas, and then make sure these are the correct ones. So millitens can go there, and seconds can go there. Then we set it to false. So theoretically, that should theoretically is the best word for all reactor. That said, we will be trying to improve it to make it easy to work with. So stay tuned for that. Alrighty. I have to get through that tiled section again. I'm wondering if I could probably make the first section like 10 seconds and then a 20-second wait after that. So yeah, I'm wondering if that's a better way to do it for the setup. Because if you're playing alone, you don't want to wait that 30 seconds. So 10 seconds is a reasonable wait. So fast. Look at me go. Here we go. Now, this is where things go. Yeah, that. Look at that. Whoa, look at me go. Okay. So if it crosses, it should stop. Like that. And then we have our 5-7. Excellent. Then we can watch everyone come behind me because I'm the fastest now. Cool. We have a working timer. And we're actually doing less animation because that's awesome. So, fan of that. Cool. So what can we do? We want to duplicate these. So we want from seconds to tens to minutes. We also want different animators, not animations. So we want seconds new. We want to duplicate that to be tens. Yep. And that again, duplicate to be minutes. Cool. So let's do tens. Let's drag these on so I don't like not do that. So tens new and minutes new. Okay. Let's start with tens new. This one. Now, eventually we'll need to hook all of those up as well, but we need to do that. Okay, so this is every 10 seconds. So these are much easier than milliseconds, 100%, and I'm happy about that. Okay, so that's that one, and then there's the minutes one. I guess this is 60. I will probably add like tens minutes eventually as well, but I'll do that off stream. This is tens, right? Yeah. Okay. So that's done. We have to improve the reactor of this. So these need to go to the correct assets. So let's put these up here as well. And then we can delete these ones. So tens new, that one, and minutes new, that one. And we also have the finish line. This one, yeah. Tens new and minutes new. Okay. That's it. That's easier than I expected. So we'll test that. Let's fix the loop at the start. So I'm actually going to hide that one and go here. This one, start line. This one. Both, actually. So we want this to be at like 10 seconds. So, we want this to be at 30 seconds, which is 40. Zoom in to get that more accurate. Yep. And then we kind of need this one to be at the full 60, I guess. Is that how that works? Small, big. Again. Copy that, and that's at 60. So that's that done. Okay. That way the start point will be a little bit slower or less. So that'll be good. We also have the start line, which once again, 10. Forty. 40. 40. And then we got the first one. Back to 60. So that will start a little bit faster, which will be a nice loop. Better loop on this one. That's that. Cool. I'm gonna have a little flying thing with a counter down, and that's literally just that 30 seconds. So I'll need sort of like the 10 to 0 and then 30 to like that way. Now that I've changed that, but I think that's a better direction. And the other thing we need to do is basically the podiums. So the podiums are the last thing that we need to make better. I think I'm going to make them a bit bigger because a lot of people are falling off into the reset, which we don't want. So let's see how big those are. Yeah, those are 1. So let's say 2 by 2 by 2. Well, 2 by 2 by whatever that is. 2 by 2 by 3. And then drop it by, 50 centimeters on that one. And then a big reset button here, which I might actually make look like a button because that'd be a bit of fun. So yeah, let's get into that. Cool. Hide. Now, what did I say? 2 by 2 by something. So this is the scale here in Blender, and this is the dimensions in Blender, and Z is up. So I'm going to put that up to 3. And then I can GZ up with control to like snap it. Maybe 2's a bit big. 1.5 perhaps. Yeah, I think that's good. Yep, cool. Actually, I'm gonna make this all one object actually. Just to save on materials and all that sort of stuff. So let's do 2 of those. And 1 more down here. We'll worry about that in a second. So let's extrude that by 1.5. Yep. And then we're going to extrude that one also by 1.5. And we have our thing. Done. Now I'm going to move them up because I want them to be like 50 centimeters lower. So let's do that. Make sure it's in the X-ray, which it is. GZ 5. GZ 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Cool. And then 1 more loop for the button. It's kind of that, basically. what's a better way to do this? So I'm going to, once again, use the same texture that we have for everything. And I want sort of like a loop here and a loop here. So let's apply that. See how bad that is, which is quite. Very colorful though. So let's have a look. Yeah, I think I'm going to just do the select the top edge there. So that looks about right for each one. Let's just do this. Sure. Now, notice that I've made this and I haven't worried about transforms, and this is why. So when I just do unwrap, that wasn't on. Actually, let's double check that then. Oh, maybe it's actually correct. That said, I'm going to do control. Now, once again, scale is the main one, but I always do all transforms, just because. But for the scale issue, that is transform the scale. So I can do that and try it again and see if it modifies it in any way. Yeah, a little bit. So that's a thing. Okay, so which color should be number one? Let's do it this way. So smart UV project, and that'll put it all together, kinda. Now I could do unwrapping and stuff if I wanted to, but I don't think that's the best way to do it. What we could do actually, do this and then go stitch. Another approach to sort of make it all work, and then scale, and then move that to first place, which is red. I feel like that's where it's at. Big. And then we want this in the red as well, like that. And then we probably want all of these to be red as well. I'm just going to smart UV that one, and once we can, because everything is flat color, I can easily do that. But if you had like detail, like cracks or marble or something, you'd probably have to be a little bit more careful to that. So that works. That's the red done. Second place can be blue. Sure. Cool. Top, blue, and bottom. Now I'm actually going to get rid of some of these polygons just to clean that up, but for now, I just want to see the result more than anything else. So that looks good. And last one, which we'll do purple, I guess. Purple, purple, that's right. And then we can actually make all of this yellow, which actually works out well. So that's great. Scale that down, make it purple. Cool, much cleaner. And then I think we do want once again, get some stitching going. Theoretically, I guess it has to be. Yeah, that makes sense. We got the top and sides. Well, could put like a number. That'd be kind of cool, actually. Ooh, what's an interesting way to do that? I could and probably will cut the number as polygons and then just use this texture on that asset. I think that would actually be pretty good. So yeah, that could be fun. Okay, so that said, I do want to sort of get rid of some of these. So let's see how well this goes. So we don't want to delete them. We do want to delete those. Sometimes this works, sometimes it doesn't. That works for me. Same again. So basically, you're sort of getting rid of those. So sometimes if it's a critical like edge, and you delete it, it won't do it very well. So that's just something to consider when deleting some of these. So if I delete those, I'm assuming it'll do that, which is kind of not great. That said, we can actually delete the bottom completely because no one's going to see that ever. So it'll save a couple of polygons, which is important. And then we can try and do that again. Not sure. Oh no, we need those because those are the colors there. Same with that one. These ones, on the other hand, those we need, but these two we don't. So I'm going to dissolve those, and that's okay. All right. So as you can see, now the poly count is very low and is basically required on these. Do I want to make that slightly different? I think I kind of do. So that's actually a yellow. This one's actually a red. And this one's actually a blue. No, that's better. Okay. So that's a much lower poly count, which is great. Next up, we're going to do the numbers. So this will be interesting. I'm gonna save it now in its current state. Um, and then we can do whatever we want when I fail to do this. I'm going to use a K to sort of do this. So let's sort of do a biggish one. Is it too big? Maybe too big. Okay. Let's make this one yellow. Ta-da! It's a big one. Excellent. That's kind of cool. I like it. This one is two. This one's going to be a little bit more work. Okay. Hmm. Well, actually, let's for poly count, let's keep things actually more a certain style. So simpler, basically. That makes more sense, actually, and probably looks better as well. Yeah, yeah, that's cool. All right, and we're going to do the same with the two. So thinking of different ways, if you're using poly counts to do things, is what is the best way to keep an element of poly count and quality while at the same time sort of looking cool. So a lot of the choices a game developer needs to make is, okay, what are my limitations? How do I build an asset that works better because of those limitations, rather than the sort of like my limitations are holding me back. If anything, the limitations is actually making you think in a better approach to things. And that this is with any skill, I think, where if you're creating an asset, your weaknesses or limitations in this case are kind of strengths if you look at it in a certain way. um, put that there. Well, that looks kind of cool. Yeah. And that allows you to sort of dabble in areas that, once again, if you don't want to learn those skills to take it up a notch, for example, yeah, you could 100% focus on what is your skill set, what is your time frame, because one of the biggest limitations in any of this a lot of the time is just how long, like the deadline that you've been given by people who may or may not understand the product as well as you do. So balancing that as well. So it's all a balancing act. Okay. Why are those two weird? What am I doing wrong here? It's definitely a 2 though, so it'll do for now. That needs to be a red. Is it a 2? Yeah, that works. 1, 2, and one more. 3. Actually, what I should be doing is putting a font here and then tracing the font. That would actually make a lot more sense. But I'm not smart, so there's that. The thing is also I would need to find the font that I want to do. I think I do have the Terminator 2 font, which would be pretty much accurate. But, eh. Okay. A little bit lower. And then space the place. Now let's clean this up a bit. These are a bit all over the shop. The technical term. Once again, you could use these, not that, and scale X 0, and that'll line those up. And you can probably do these with all of these that you want to line up. So that'll actually be quite good. Scale X 0 and SX 0. And then adjust as needed. That way it sort of like just lines up better or more accurately, I guess you could say. Once again, you can do that with a lot of these. Right. And then adjust, but that actually looks good. Are those two in line? It looks a little bit long, so let's roll that back a bit. Maybe to there, which means this one's rolled back a bit to there. And change its color to blue. Hey, Diffa guy, how's it going? I want to extrude those because that will look cool. Extrude. Why? Why? Do I want to change the color there? Do I want to change the color there? Kind of. That does look pretty cool. Now here you have like a smooth thing, and I don't think these are actually set to smooth. Yeah. So we'll get that, which is not what we want. So we actually want to, let's do this approach and see how well that goes. So over in auto smooth in the object data properties, we can do auto smooth. And then that sort of cleans it up satisfactorily, but I want to maybe put that at 60. So it gets those cuts. But then all the right angles are kind of cool. So that's the quick way. If I wanted more control over that, I could use like line and then make mark sharp. So that's another approach to that. Yeah. So we have our 1, 2, 3. We also need this to basically say reset. So we kind of maybe want gates as well, but I'll worry about that. Or I could just put a collider around them so they don't do that. But what do we want here? So we want maybe an inset. So extrude that one to there. Control plus to select that little bit extra. And then move that into the red. Yeah. But maybe we kind of want okay, so I can't use that across there. So I'm going to manually make it with a cut, which is K. Let's go across here. So, Defa Guy, how's it going? What's your thing? Are you do I remember you? Are you a person I know? If you're new, welcome. If you're not, also welcome. Generally welcome. Like that's basically what it comes down to. Yeah, that's what we want. So, bit bigger, bit smaller. So it's always frustrating seeing a name and it kind of being familiar. So I don't know how people deal with it in regards to like what streamers do. It's like I know you, but I also don't. Okay. Do I want to care to make it animated? I don't think so. Um No, I think that's good. So let's save that. Control A, all transforms, and then export. I don't know why the colors maybe everything's gone blue for some reason. Not even sure why. Could be an Eevee thing. Not too sure. But to my knowledge, they do export fine, and that's all that matters. So, export FBX. Going to the Mona space. Down here, Fallguys 2, Assets, Add Motion, Models. This is called the Podium. Not one, just in case I make another one. It's not animated, so I'm going to add that just in case and export. So, I can actually get rid of this one because I'll need to modify some of these. So let's... Yeah, no, I think we can get rid of them. We can also get rid of this one. And we can place the asset that we just made after making sure that it has our general and our generate light map UVs. Then we can drop it in. So finish. There we go. Beautiful. A masterpiece, if you will. So it's a bit bigger than what it was, but that's great. That's what we actually want. As usual, it's a bit too small. That's pretty cool. All right. So we have some reactors. We need to make that a static so it light maps properly. We need to... Which one's this? This is a stop timer, which is there, which we're going to keep. That's fine. Reset start. Where's that one? Oh, all the way there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so that one is the one that sort of fills everything up. So I'm going to have to look at that because that positioning is a bit weird. Does that have an animator? Yeah. Interesting. You're going to have to look at that. But this is the one we want. So let's put this kind of over here behind the lines so that when it goes there, cool. And this is actually a bit lower than it was, so I'm going to just put it there. So if you fall on that, everything is reset. We also need to do these ones. Like that, please. That's a warp target. Is it? The warp target's right. What are these animations for? What are they? What are they? Where are they? Hey man, how's it going? Yeah, this whole space is one texture. This one. That's it. This is a very small space. This whole space is like less than 10 meg at the moment, and will probably stay at that actually. So this is a good use in trim sheets and small texture sizes. I'm nearly finished as long as I can figure out why this is a thing. The start zone. What are they? I can't click on them. That's the timer. No. What are they? Was it targets? Oh, oh. There we go. Gotcha. Found you. Finally. All right. What even are these? Addition, go to second warp. Not sure what I'm doing. I forget what I did these for. I'm sure they're important. Where's the warps? That one. Oh, okay. So when I teleport there, it switches the... Yeah, okay. Figured it out. Kind of. So in that case, it might actually be better just to shrink them a little bit. Because we don't want the characters to overlap. And they do teleport into the center of it. So that should be fine. Oops. Okay. So those are good. The reset is good. This could probably be faster, actually. Is this... What? Ah, there we go. So let's make this 5 second. Cool. Now these ones. I think was it reset box and reset wipe. These are here, so I need to make sure that these are not looped. So that one's not. But what's happening? Okay. That I think this is getting the complexity of multi-layered reactors. So I'm pretty sure. I also need to make sure that only the... This is where it gets tricky, because you got people coming into the space playing, and they're going to be running, and some people are going to be running before the last ones have finished, perhaps, because otherwise they're going to have to wait forever. So maybe I don't reset it. I can just go to the start. yeah, this is where it gets a bit weird. Um, so I'll have to figure that out. I think. Um, and that's like a game. Like this isn't a technique. This is a like game play mechanic um, that we haven't really figured out for monospaces on the grounds that um, like what is the best way to do these things, and some of them are elements of multiplayer. So if I look at if I reset the space, um, like most of it's fine, but like this has to reset, and these have to reset. So those two things have to be reset before that group, and that's the thing. It's a group thing. That group resets. So it's just like, what's the best approach to start a new game in this environment? So we could warp them all to the start and reset, but that would reset them for other people. The other approach is I have multiple hangouts, and then you go to the other one, which resets, and then you go back to the original one, but then people will be running through that. So yeah, the reset element is an interesting one. That's tricky. That's tricky. So we'll see. We'll see. Um, maybe I'll leave it to I'll release it and let other people figure it out, and then I'll steal their ideas. Um, but yeah, so there's certainly things to worry about. So that's cool. So I'm gonna have to figure out that mechanic. And probably do that off stream. Like I think most of the mechanics and the processes of them are kind of already covered. It's just a case of choosing which mechanic will work for that space. Um, but yeah, it's kind of an interesting one. Yeah, we can't track people, we can't track numbers, so we can't sort of. Well, we could track numbers, but people might like quit, and therefore the numbers will be off. So we need some more parameters in a Mona space, so people can do some more interesting things with, let's say, the Reactor ecosystem, where maybe we can track how many users are in a space, where are they, stuff like that. So that'll be kind of interesting. Oh wow! I just thought of a really cool thing. Okay, moving on. I'll keep that as hidden. All right, so I think we have a first run pass at this, and that's functional. So I think we'll wrap it up there for now. I do want to do one test. So what I might do is I'll put this on my wallet and we can play. Um, no, I'm going to do a test on the timer and see if that actually works as expected. Um, but then we can I put it on the wallet and play. So we'll see if the changes that I've done today actually work. All right. Once again, not sure. So I'm gonna delete and check. We'll need the timer character. Kind of want to do that now. I might have a quick look. All right. Wait. Oh, I forgot to turn on the canvas. Yeah. The 10 seconds is much better, I think. Ah, let's just stack the things I haven't done. Okay, so the issue there is everything's stacked. So that's seconds, that's tens. Move that across to there. And then we got minutes as well to there. Text is good. Okay. 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Bonus points if you can tell me what that tune is from. No. Okay. One day I'm going to go on the other side, and then I have to do this whole thing again. Always that one. What? Really? Nope. Nope. No! Ridiculous. No, 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 no! It's always a weird thing. Not sure what we can do with that one, to be honest, though. I might not make that. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. I've got this bit down. Okay. So we've got our seconds. I'm going to go across. And then I got a time, which is excellent. We also have a Podium that doesn't pod. So I'm going to... Now that mesh collider, sorry, that mesh is very low poly, so I'm not that worried about the fact that I'm going to put a mesh collider on it. Oh, so that'll be fine. Cool. All right. I think that's good. Yeah, I think that's good enough. Once again, just want to make sure that it's the right one. I wish I did that. I wish I trusted my ability to know that I did that each time. But I do not. So okay, that should be good. Okay, that's interesting. Okay. Let me grab something. Need my character. Not the same otherwise. There, that works. Ah, it's gonna be very slow. So I'm gonna start again. I'm also gonna share it. So I'm gonna get the Hangout link for this one and put it in general. There we go. No, not leave. What? Why? What's what? What is going on? Where's the Hangout? Yeah, that's the one. All right. So now that that's done, and on the general channel, basically, I'm probably gonna wrap it up there. Um, and yeah, might get back to this. I once again, and if I have free time, I'd like to do a lot of things to this space. I want to make more stuff. I want to do more, like, what would you call it? Scene in space inspired stuff. So I want little floaters that are around. Kind of tempted to sort of do a fake crowd. Um, and some sound effects and stuff. So there's a few things that I would like to add, of course. So yeah, it's definitely not finished, but it is getting close to the point where I could release this for other people to use as they see fit. So yeah, I'll be doing that when I get a bit more time. Probably after the VRM avatars tutorials that I'm currently working on. So we'll see how that goes. So that done. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and happy building.